I'm Alicia Toot from AMBY, and I'm here with Katie from the Mowgli's. Thank you very much for taking time to speak to us.
Thanks, Alicia. Thanks for having me.
So we know that you've been on tour for quite a while now. How's it been going so far?
It's been going really well. We actually started our tour life last fall, our first major tour. We actually went out with Canadian bands, Walk Off the Earth.
Awesome.
And it was our first time to see the East Coast in the United States. We got to hit up a lot of cities we've never been to. And then in February, we took off with Family of the Year, who are in town actually right now also, doing some press stuff. And that was great. They became really good friends of ours. And then we just went out with Hunter Hunted, and now we're continuing on a little bit more here in Toronto and throughout the US. We'll be back in Vancouver to do a show with Tegan and Sarah and Fun. It's going to be just really wild and exciting. And it's just been really fun. We've met so many cool people, and we've met Family of the Year, Walk Off the Earth, really good friends of ours now, Hunter Hunted, really good friends. So we've met a lot of really great people, and we've had a lot of fun, and I think it's making us a better band. So it's been really, really good.
That's awesome to hear.
Yeah.
Have you had any highlights so far as the tour has gone?
Oh man, well traveling in general has been amazing. We've a few of us have taken to waking up a little bit earlier. And these bike vending machine things that are everywhere? Well, a lot of cities in the US and as well as here in Toronto have them. And so we've been waking up early and taking bike rides and checking out the cities. And for me, traveling, seeing all these places has been a huge part of the experience, a huge benefit to the tour life.
Great. And now on to my favorite part of the interview, to the music.
All right.
All right. So how would you describe the band's sound for those who are unfamiliar?
Well, one of the Mowgli's has called it love rock.
Oh.
And love step, I think they called it. Basically, it's there's 8 of us, and so our sound is a pretty accurate culmination of everybody's influences. There's a lot of classic rock vibe in there, a lot of pop elements, and then our keyboardist Dave is really into electronic music, so you'll hear his parts pull in this kind of electronic vibe with a lot of wild sounds. And then we got a lot of percussion inspired by bands like Local Natives and Animal Collective. And I think that we've just all been inspired by so many different genres that when we all come together, it kind of forms what is the Mowgli sound.
And they were mentioning influences. So as for you, who inspires you as a musician?
Oh, I have so many. It's I don't even know where to begin. The Beatles songs I grew up with. The Beach Boys I've always loved. Fiona Apple's one of my favorite lyricists. It's just, I feel like any time you ask me this would change, any day or any week would really just change a lot. Shangri-La's, which was a girl group from the 60s, was one of my favorites. There's just so much out there. It's where do you even begin?
It's never ending, which is
the
best part of
it's the best.
Right now.
Love it.
Awesome. And the band has just released a debut record, Waiting for the Dawn. Do you have any particular favorite tracks? We've had the opportunity of listening to it the whole way through, and it is just an amazing mix of songs.
Thank you. Well, some of those songs kind of have been around since the beginning of the Mowgli's career. Waiting for the Dawn, for example, was one of the first San Francisco, Great Tide. All those songs kind of played with us for the entire journey. And then one of my favorites is Love Is Easy. Right when we thought the album was about to be done, Josh kind of came through with it. He went over to our producer's house and he was like, I just gotta get this song out really quick. And he had me come over and do some vocals on it. And he had Dave come over and get involved, and Andy, and he called everybody to get involved. And then when it was done, we were just kind of this has to go on the record. It just has to. And the message behind it. It's one of my favorites for sure, and I love performing it. It's kind of new. We've only just started playing it live, and it's going over really, really well, and it's so much fun.
Great. And that kind of leads into my next question. Do you have any particular favorites on the record? I know Larry just mentioned one.
Yeah. Love Is Easy is one of my favorites. It's been really fun to play live. Say It Just Say It was written by Colin, and that was another one that kind of came through in crunch mode. We were like, we got all the songs for the record. Oh wait, this is one more. And that's a really fun one. It's kind of, I really like that one because it's a little bit different than the rest of ours. Like we had this whole collection of songs for so long, and then Say It, Just Say It, and Love Is Easy came along, and they're a little bit different because as writers, I think everybody's evolved just a little bit since those first few songs were written. And so they kind of stand out a little bit amongst the rest of the collection. But again, it's kind of like the influence thing. I feel like any day you ask me, it could change. But right now, I think Love Is Easy and Say It, Just Say It are two of my favorites.
Great. And speaking of favorites, my favorite would have to be San Francisco.
Thank you.
We cannot get enough of that song.
I love it too.
What is the track about?
Well, actually, San Francisco is written by Colin and Michael. They, at the beginning of their friendship and the beginning of their music relationship, they took a trip up to San Francisco, and I think it came from that place of kind of young, which I'm sure you're starting to know about, that young adult angst where you're like, what are we doing here? What's this all about? Like, what am I doing? And they decided in that moment that like love was the way, and that like spreading the message of love and living in love was really the way to go. And it's kind of the answer to all of these questions that we don't have answers to. And I think that along with a multitude of other things that they could probably happily tell you about, that was kind of the basis of the song for them.
Great, thank you for the insight.
Sure.
And the music video, it's just like watching it the first time through, it's just one continuous shot. It must what was the experience like creating that?
That was wild. We actually had, that was one of our first songs as a band, and we've been playing it for so long, and it was very clear from the get-go that that song was going to be the driving point behind the band. And so we were playing it all the time, and everybody came to us all the time with like ideas for music videos, and we all had these different ideas, and we've been saying for so long it kind of was shot in San Francisco, and da-da-da-da. And then we met Justin Baldoni, who directed it, and he was like, here's my idea, and it's got to be done this week. And we were like, okay. So we kind of all put our own ideas aside and just went with it, and we just gave in, and we trusted him. We went in for a day of rehearsal, where we kind of just were shown really quickly like who will be standing where and what it's going to be like. And then the next day we showed up, and a bunch of people showed up, a bunch of friends and family came to be part of the crew, and there was a whole team of people there working to get it together. And we did a couple of rehearsals and then 6 takes, and on the last take was the one we used. We nailed it.
Only 6.
So, and a couple of rehearsals. Yeah. But it was a blast, so fun to make, and it was like a real challenge for us to step outside of the box as just like going on stage and playing our songs and kind of act a little bit.
Great. And so we've been talking about your music for a while. On to other bands. Who has been pretty much either inspiring your sound, or which bands have you been listening to lately?
Oh, okay. Well, if you haven't heard of them, one of my favorite bands right now is called Lucius, Lucius.
I've heard of them, yeah.
Epic band. They're so amazing. I don't even know if they're signed yet, but it's a 5-piece band fronted by 2 really strong females. And they are, every time the Mowgli see them live, even all the boys come to tears a little bit. They're just so talented and so wonderful, and their music's really beautiful. Family of the Year has been one of our favorites. We all kind of really liked their song Hero, and then when we got to tour with them, we got to really dive into the rest of their album and really get to know them as people, and they're just wonderful. We love them a lot. Hunter Hunted, we just learned about on tour. Great band, really excited to see what they do. Gosh, so much good stuff out there. So much good stuff. So there's been a lot, and right now in Los Angeles, where we're from, there's just so many awesome bands around every corner. Some of the locals in LA that we've been playing with a lot that we love, if you haven't heard of them. The Diamond Light is a super great rock and roll band. The Lucky Lonely is an amazing band. There's just a ton. And we try to tweet Facebook about them a lot, just to kind of keep track of all the great stuff.
I'll check a lot of those bands out for sure.
Yeah.
So it's been a pretty busy year for you so far, between touring and releases. So what is excited for the rest of the year? I'm excited for the show tonight in Toronto.
Thank you. Being here is really exciting. Knowing that we're going to be playing a show with fun has just exploded to this level that I can't even believe. And Tegan and Sarah, who I love, playing a show with them in Vancouver. It's going to be really, really exciting. We can't wait. And we're going to be touring with another one of our favorite bands, Walk the Moon, in fall. And so we're really excited. We got their EP last fall when we were on tour with Walk Off the Earth. We listened to it non-stop, and lo and behold, we get to tour with them. So we're so stoked.
Okay, and so for our very, very last question, what is something about the Mowglis that nobody knows yet?
Something about the Mowglis that nobody knows yet.
Yes.
Oh boy.
We are going for a scoop where most people.
Okay, let me think about this one. I bet nobody knows that the Mowglis are. Oh man, this is tough. Well, we're all crazy. There's that.
Perfect. All right, well, would you believe that wraps up the interview? Once again, I'm Alicia Toot from the music blog Yeah, and this was our interview with Katie from the Mowglis. Thank you so much.